In this today's tutorial, we will be understanding about global list. Using global list by making a process flow, we will understand how we can push the task sequence into the list and then ask operators to use the task as a to-do list. We will also understand about creating priorities and picking up parts which are highly important. We are going to look into multiple debottlenecking steps by using this process flow, and this is how your model is going to look once you complete this tutorial. So let us finish the task sequence. In the finished task sequence, we are going to put a token as transport task, right? Because that is what we created in the system. And then wherein we are going to go is we are going to create a push to list. Okay. In the push to list, what we are going to do is we are going to click on the the exclamation, and we are going to create a list for that first. So here comes your list, and this list is going to be your available list. Okay, this is going to be your available list. So before that, we rename that. This list is going to be your push to list, right? And what you're going to do is you are going to change the properties for this. Okay, here the push value is going to be token dot transport task. The task is what we are going to push into the global list. So I just put that there. Okay, and then let us have a sync where our token will be entered into. Now this is an internal list, and in the global list we need to select here available task list. Okay, I'll just bring this above and let us run a simulation model and see how it works. Okay, I'm going to reset it and I'm going to run it. Okay, so we have the thing here. Okay, so if you see, nothing is happening as of now, but what you can see is you are getting the the task sequences being generated here for all of your queues. Okay, if you see, and if I just see the entries, we have no entries in the list as of now. So you see these all accumulated in the load here, correct? And this is yet to be completed. So what we have done is all the task sequences we have created are here, but as we have no load as of now, like no loading thing available here, the token is not going to move down as of now. Okay, we have just created the task sequence which is supposed to be pushed to the list, and then the operators are going to pick up the task, pull from the available thing, and then they are going to work. Okay, initially in the last tutorial, if you could have seen, we used the internal list in the process flow, and we used the global list in the process flow, but that was governed from the process flow itself. Now here what we are going to do is we are going to push the task from the process flow into the list, and the operators in the 3D model are going to pull from the list and work. This is the best benefit of the global list, and that's what we go see in the tutorial ahead. So as you can see, nothing is happening. The boxes are simply stacking up inside the queue, and the operators are motionless. What went wrong is what we're going to look into now. If you take a look at the process flow, you can notice that tokens are forming as a bottleneck inside the load item from the queue activity. This means something is happening in the activity that is preventing the tokens from moving to the next downstream, right? So in the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to fix this off. That why, this has to be functional, right? All the tokens are getting loaded into the load and nothing is happening. And in this step, what we're going to do is we are going to fix the token bottleneck that is occurring in the process flow. To fix this, We need to keep in mind that how the logic in the process flow differs from the logic used in other kinds of process flow we built in the tutorial up to this point. In the other process flow we have built, operators perform each task as a token moved through various activities in the process flow in the real time. In this process flow, you are using different approach, right? Instead of completing the task in the real time, the tasks are added to the task sequence and then pushed to the global list. As as was mentioned at the beginning of the tutorial, we mentioned you could think of task sequence as a complete list of to-do items that will be pushed to collective job mode. What you're doing in this process flow is building the instructions for the task executor to do it later. So the task sequences will wait on the global list until the task executor pulls it off the list and starts working on the list. Now the reason the global list process flow is experiencing bottleneck is because the load item from the queue activity won't release the token to the next downstream activity supposed to be until the task is completed. So before it can move on by default, since the tasks won't get completed in real time, we need to adjust the properties so that the task won't get completed in real time. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna go into the load and we're gonna uncheck wait until thing. Even from the travel, we are going to remove wait until. Here also in the delay, we are going to remove wait until. Unload, we are going to remove wait until. Okay, so these things are going to not make our thing stop or act as a bottleneck. The token will straight away go to the list. You see this? The token is now pushed to the list, right? So the tasks are created and created as a to-do list, and those are pushed into the list, in the global list. And the operators, we have already assigned the trigger here on the resource available. They are going to pull from the available task list, and that's all. So if you see, the bottleneck is no more existing, right? See? Right? You see this? This is really great. If you could see that, all the activities have been performed greatly, and let us see how it is going to do. Now, they are coming here and they're unloading the stuffs wherever required.